Howdy, howdy, whoever's there. Tonight's going to be an interesting live, folks. It's going to be a little different, I think. Let me go fix my backdrop a little bit. Hey, Scruffy Nerd, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you back on the channel. I had somebody trying to call me. It's like, dude, I'm on a live. I can't talk now. How you been, Scruffy? Lenny Pardo said hi. How's it going, man? Joseph Masenko, how's it going, man? Working during the rainstorm. Got a nice day here. Rained a bunch yesterday. CG, glad you're here. I need a moderator. Glad you're in. Appreciate it. Not sure if Thrill Billy will be able to make it. I hit something. Get a couple more people on and I'll explain what's going on. What's been going on in my life. It's been a rough couple of days. At least in the slingshot world, it's been a rough couple of days. Dude, out shooting earlier and I sucked. This is way better. Boom! Everybody hit that like button or double tap your screen or do something like that. Give me a like up there. Much appreciated. I'm close on that 40. Corey Music, thanks, man. Appreciate the compliment. I've been monkeying around with it since I made a video that I released last week on how I set it up. Made a few changes to it. I retired a spinner. I added a orange thing there by the one can. I flipped the top bar around so my knockdown orange pieces were in the right order. And I hung some old spinners back up just because I like the white spinners. You shoot birds, Randy asked. No, we don't shoot birds. One, where I live in Wisconsin, just north of Illinois in the U.S. We're not allowed to hunt with one of these. So that's off limits to start with. And I know a lot of people do use them for like pigeon control on farms and stuff like that. I've seen lots of videos of people doing that in other places, but I don't shoot birds. I occasionally chase a raccoon off my property with some clay, and I may shoot at a chipmunk or two because they destroy things. Other than that, that's it. Tim Reed, thanks for double tapping, buddy. How you doing? Are you new on here? I don't remember if I've seen your name around. Are you a new slinger or just somebody I haven't bumped into? Or very possibly, you know, I'm getting old. I just forget who people are. Hey, can somebody tell me if the volume's all messed up and wonky? Because I try and put this on my shirt. I'm afraid it's going to fall off. If it's too close to my mouth, it usually distorts. I'm going to try this. If it falls off, you guys got to tell me. You a sharpshooter back in the day? No, actually. I didn't do any kind of shooting hardly whatsoever until a couple of years ago when I picked this up. When I was younger, when people would hand me a BB gun or something like that to play with, I always did really well considering I'd never done it before. Except for when I went duck hunting with my wife's family. I sucked at that. Bow and arrow, actually, I know that slingshots are very much crossover with archery. And we do have an archery club in my church, in our church basement. And I'm an instructor, and I went through the training a couple years ago, but I'd never really shot it before then. I still don't shoot it well. The kids are way better than me. But dadgummit, I can teach you how to shoot safely and run a safe range. But there is a lot of crossover. I've got a friend who's 50 years in archery, and I taught him to shoot. And I did a live stream with him last week, and he was hitting targets after being off for 6 months like it was nothing. So there is a lot of commonality, although I do have a slingshot. I can't shoot it here, obviously. It's got a whisker biscuit in here, and it's got big, heavy bands on it, and it's got a D-loop on the back, and I got a little grippy thing for it, and I shoot archery with the kids with the slingshot. It's kind of cool. David and Goliath. I don't know about that. David used one of those slings where it's like the big, long string with the pouch on. I can't do that. Boston Bill, how's it going? I think I've seen you around before. I've got one of those shepherd slings. I've tried it, but I don't really have room to really practice with it. So I just haven't been able to master it. All right, we got 57 people in here, some people I know. Let me explain what's been going on lately. Last Saturday, you made your own slingshot with sticks and rubber bands. I have one that I made from a stick that fell out of a tree, and I put bands like this on it, and it would shoot good if I had made it right. I didn't know what I was doing, and the forks are really long and really wide, so if you shoot it, there's so much leverage you can't hold it. There's a lot of guys that make them out of tree branches and forks and stuff like that. I just don't have the setup to be able to do that. So anyway, let me explain what happened over the weekend. Saturday, I was at my RC club for a fly-in, and I left about 1:30, came home, had some lunch, ran some errands. And then I said, I'm going to go outside and shoot. And it was a little bit windy. That's why I didn't last very long at the RC event. But I wanted to get out because I've been working on my long draw, my butterfly, where you whop up. And I was getting really good at it. Good enough to where I was about as accurate as I was here. I was having a great day Saturday. I was hitting stuff like you wouldn't believe. It's like, yes, I'm officially going long draw. I even took my nice new Axiom and put long draw bands on it. And then it happened. If you're a slingshot shooter, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'll get back to my story, but I want to answer Raw's question. In order to make my slingshot stronger, do I need thicker bands? What I would recommend if you're building your own slingshot is go out and buy some latex like this stuff that is made for slingshots. Simpleshot is a good place. They sell everything from like 0.4 millimeter up to 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter is for big ammo if you're hunting stuff. If you're just shooting targets, 0.4 and 0.5 is plenty to do target shooting. So if you want to try that, they even have some pre-made. All you got to do is trim them to length and boom, go. You're done. It's all good. So if you want to try that out, there's a link down in the description to Simpleshot. If you use that to make your purchases, it helps me out a little bit. And if you want to get a cool slingshot like this one, they're only like 50 bucks. It's called the Scout LT2. This is a really nice frame. It's a good way to get started. Okay, let me check here. What do you hit with your slingshot? I got a target range down there. I got a bunch of spinners. I got some pop cans, some corks, and some different things. Anyway, back to my story. So I'm home shooting. I'm doing really good on the butterfly, the long draw, which is really hard to learn. And I'm like, finally, I've arrived. And then it happened. I got a butterfly kiss, you know, where it goes and slaps you in the face. Except this wasn't a gentle butterfly kiss. I've had them before where they just go, and you go, oh. Don't do that. No, this one, I swear the butterfly was a prehistoric demon-possessed butterfly with fangs. And he ripped the side of my face. You look at it. You can see it right there. And I'm like, my wife's sitting out and I go, ow! And I cover my face. And by the time I get to the house, my hand is covered in blood. And it took about 30, 40 minutes for it to stop bleeding. It hurt like, it was bad. So I'm sitting there, I'm doing this. It's like, finally, I was doing what I've been trying to do since March, and I was doing it well. I may never try that again because I'm too scared. But I know I got to get back on the horse. So I've been bandaging it at night and putting a butterfly did what? Let me explain, Bobby. What I'm shooting now is called short draw. That's where we go like this with an anchor point and go like that. There's another style of shooting where we hold the frame out. Instead of anchoring here, we put our hand all the way back like this. So you're shooting full butterfly. You get a lot more band movement. It's a little bit harder because it's kind of floating out there. So when the bands go by and they tip you on the face and scratch you, they call that a butterfly kiss. So that's what I'm talking about. No, butterfly didn't bite me, but I swear that one, there was one. Scruffy, I've tried growing a beard one time and I absolutely hated everything about it. Just didn't like it. Not my thing. So I'm stuck being like one of only 5 people in the slingshot world without a beard. It's just how it's going to be. The slingshot is real. It's not AI. Anyway, so I started messaging some friends that I respect that are really good shooters, getting some tips and ideas. And Track Attack 911, I don't know if you ever heard of that guy. He started giving me some tips and pointers, and I've tried some things out today. And I may give them a whirl a little bit here and see if we can pop a can. Hey, Thrillbilly! No, an insect didn't hurt me. But that butterfly kiss was nasty. See how it's doing now, Thrillbilly? It's a little better. But anyway, I'm going to try long draw again. I did it some earlier, got over that fear, but I worked a few things out and changed my technique a little bit where if I hit my face now, it's going to be a lot harder, but I'm not real accurate with it. So I've got to get all that dialed back in. So it was a very depressing weekend. Very hard. Slingshot mentally was playing with my mind. I was questioning whether I wanted to keep doing this. But through it all, I said, well, at least I can always shoot short draw. I was having fun with long draw. Now I just got to learn a whole new way to do it. I'll show you when I go to it what I was doing and what I've changed to and the difference, how much safer I think it's going to be. I follow all you slingshot tour. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I hope you get some benefit out of it, Bobby, because we like it. This community of slingshot people are some really good folks. And they tend to really like Slingshot videos. I have a July 4th one coming up. It's all about red, white, and blue. It's coming out on Friday. Keep an eye out for it. I shot slow motion some red, white, and blue stuff. You'll just have to tune in to see what it is. It's pretty cool, though. I'm going to have to pop some cans here in a little bit. Wanted to get a live in today because tomorrow I have to pack. And Wednesday I leave for our boys ministry camp, and we're doing slingshots there as one of the activities. So I'm getting there early to set up the shooting range and stuff like that. So this will be the only time I'm able to do this week. I won't be able to do another live until maybe next Monday. So you guys are just going to have to live without Mr. Scarface. What do you use for ammo? I use 8mm steel balls. I've got a magnet. When I'm done shooting, they all sit on the ground, and I just go suck them all up with the magnet. If I'm sometimes if I'm learning something brand new, I'll shoot clay. Or if I'm taking a walk out in the woods, or like when I go over to my friend's house, like I did last Thursday, and shoot, I'll use clay because he doesn't have a backstop. Boom. Make the East Coast. No, I did not make that tournament. I was at Midwest Spring Sling. I really wanted to go to East Coast, but there were some timing issues. Plus, it's a 9.5-hour drive for me. And I know a lot of people drive a lot longer than that to get there, but it's like 2 days. And I don't really like driving that much. Not that far. So I'm hoping I can get somebody else to go with me next year and help split the driving, then it won't be so bad. Plus, having somebody there for company makes it a lot more fun. It's a slingy thingy, cannonball, cannon something. USMC, does that mean you're a Marine? If so, thank you, sir, for serving our country. I am very happy that you did that. Fight for us, because we appreciate it. Show us the power. This slingshot will do about 210 feet per second. When I do the long draw, those get about 260. I know Thrillbilly's waiting to see me try the long draw. 99 to 07. Man, you were in for a while. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you for your service. I don't think veterans near enough. I don't think any of us do. Boom, I got my 50mm spinner. Woo! I used to have an old wrist rocket, Chuck said. I still have my wrist rocket, and I actually, if you put bands like these on it, I actually made a video, if you go on my channel, that shows you how to put flat latex bands for regular slingshots on it. It makes them shoot way better. Makes them shoot way better. Like a regular slingshot. The reason wrist rockets have the big wrist brace is because they have that big fat surgical tubing with like a 20 to 30 pound draw weight on it. So if you tried to pull that back without the brace on your arm, you're just going to pull it back that way and you won't be able to shoot it. These new slingshots, this right here, pulling from here to my cheek, is about 6 or 7 pound draw. You can do it all day. And your front hand's not shaking because of the pressure. Yeah, maybe we'll meet there next year, Corey. That'd be awesome. I really want to go to East Coast. They say that's the tournament to go to. But the Midwest is nice, and it's only 5.5 hours down in northern Indiana from where I'm at. It's not a bad drive. I'm assuming they're going to have it again next year, but shot it all day as a kid. Man, put some bands on it if you still got it like this, and you'll shoot it a lot more now too. Could you hit anything with it when you were a kid? Ace? How good a shot were you? Did you figure it out? Boom, got the 50. 62. Wow, the numbers are up again. They've been down lately. Hey, I'm hitting. You shot cars going down the road. You might be divulging a little too much information there. Of course, I'm sure the statute of limitations has run out on that. As long as you didn't shoot the neighbor's windows, right? All right, a couple more shots, and then we'll pull the other one out and shoot some cans long draw, and I'll show you what I'm doing now. Explain what happened the other day when I got my face chewed up by a butterfly kiss. All right, so I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. We're gonna do some crazy stuff. Now I'm telling you, my accurate, this way, my accuracy is terrible. I aim for the hubcaps. That's probably a good time. Probably a good thing. So anyway, with the long draw, for those of you that aren't slingers, I can show you what it's like. I'm not going to shoot, but I'll show you the draw. Before I was shooting like this. With the long draw, we pull it way back and go like this. You can see how much more speed you could get out of there. And the pull on this is only 8 to 10 pounds. So it's really not that bad. So anyway, what I was doing, here's how I was doing it, is I would pull it back and I would tap it on my face, just like that. Because that was my reference to know the bands were in the right place. I could feel where it was at. Then I'd pull my face back and I'd let her rip. Problem was on Saturday, I think what happened is I'm back here like this and I tap it on my face and my feet pouch slipped out of my hand and came by right there and made a bloody mess. Yeah, most of the slingshots I'm shooting, Canon, this one is the Axiom G10. This is an expensive special material one, but they make a plastic one, polycarbonate, whatever, blown plastic, the same stuff that this one's made out of. They make this one in different colors of this plastic material. It shoots exactly the same as this one. It's just once you've been around a while and you're a decent intermediate shooter, you like to invest in some really nice frames. This one's a G10, made out of G10. The Axiom version out of plastic is only $39.99. This one's like 110, 120 bucks. But the plastic one is really cheap and it's a great way to start. The LT2 is the one I have. The Scout LT2 or the Axiom are the two that I recommend from Simpleshot to be really good starting setups. And if you're interested in getting into it, if you go to Simpleshot, they have everything you need. They have bands. If you buy a slingshot, they usually come with 2 sets of bands anyway. But you'll need more. You can buy pre-made bands for them. Eventually, you learn to make your own, which is what I do. But Simpleshot has everything you need, from band making to slingshots to ammo to targets. Everything. Even my bag is from Simpleshot. And if you need help learning, if you go on down in the description, I have a Slingshot Basics course that goes through everything that will get you hitting targets and busting cans within a week if you practice. I bought mine from Temu about a year ago. Temu, the only thing I would say about Amazon, Temu, and those guys is watch which ones you buy. The really cheap ones are made out of something, a metal called zinc. It's a very soft metal, and they've been known to break. And the last thing you want to do when you're pulled back is that frame to break and come back and pop you in the noggin. But if you get some of the name brand ones from Amazon, especially like GZK, Y-Shot X, Wasp, Simpleshot even sells some on Amazon. But if you get the name brands that are good quality, you're getting a good Slingshot. So if you're not in America, Simpleshot's in America. Shipping overseas would be expensive. But there are some really good ones. Just be careful. Don't go for the cheap one because you might be sorry. Coyote Customs are good. Yep, they are really nice. Omega here in the U.S. is getting their game back together and doing well. Yeah, check out Simpleshot. They've got Slingshots that cost like $20 up to $120. So there's lots of variety there. You don't need a $100 Slingshot to start. Please don't spend money on it because you're probably going to hit your frame with your ammo and damage it. Plastic ones, who cares? But they've got some that start at about $20. Sweet spot's about $40 to $50 for a good, solid starter Slingshot. So anyway, so what I was doing with my long draw before, when I got hurt, is when I was pulling it back, I would tap my face and it slipped. So what I'm doing now, and I got some coaching, and I've still got to figure this out, so I'm not going to be real accurate. So laugh at me all you want, but I'm practicing. So Track Attack said instead of shooting 90 degrees like this, try shooting 45. So when I do that, to line my bands up, I have to move them out. So now you can see, I'll go this way. If I go this way to line up my bands to get to my aiming point, I'm out here. Look how far away from my face that is. Unless I really screw up, I'm not going to hit myself. Hey, Knife Nut, how's it going? You came to see the old Scarface man try and shoot again, didn't you? I'm trying a new way of shooting butterfly, full butterfly. So I did some today. It's got a little ways to go. Long Draw Perkins keeps trying to call me. It's like, dude, just hop on the live. All right, so here we go. So now what I do is I'm a little slower, methodical, so I don't make trouble. I'm not shooting the X. I'm shooting the Axiom G10. I do also have the X set up as well. That's my backup. I just got the Axiom, so I'm really trying to give it a run and make sure it's the exact right one, but I shoot really good with the Axiom X as well. So what I do is I take the ammo in my hand and get it right, and then I hold it up in front of me to get my sight line. I pull it back, make sure I stay lined up where my triangle is right. So you got to keep your triangle right. So I go like this, then I go like this, and when I do it, I turn my hand. And the wind's vibrating my band, which is bad. I was a little high. The problem is I don't touch my face to know the altitude in my anchor points. I've got to relearn that. So you're watching me in the process. I did okay. I got a couple shots that were pretty good earlier when I was experimenting. So tonight we're going to try and hit a can. I'm going to try and shoot for that top can. Actually, I'm going to shoot the bottom can unless just in case I'm really high, I don't go hit my garage. That's pretty close. Man, the weather's nice today. It's like 74, 75. The guy that showed me this Track Attack 911, he may pop in here in a little bit. He said when you go 45, it becomes more instinctual shooting. And I'm not an instinctive shooter, but I'm seeing if I can make it work my way, just for the safety factor. Oh, I got it. Wasn't a good hit, but we got it. 3D printed frames are a cool idea, but I wouldn't trust one. Thrillbilly, there are some 3D printed frames that are pretty good. There was a Liberty was selling them at Midwest, and my friend got one. It's a nice frame. I don't know if I'd want to try long draw, but if they have good infill and they're solid and they're not hollow, they're using a good kind of plastic, they work. A lot of people are shooting them. If nothing else, they're good to prototype before you make a good one. Actually, I'm not using clay. As Thrillbilly said, I'm using 8mm steel. All here on a little magnet. This one's all dirty. Corroded. Probably sitting in the ground too long. Thanks for answering that, Thrillbilly. Yeah, you're correct. I'm back on steel. All right, let's get that. I'm being very methodical so I don't speed things, which is where you can mess up. Out. Rotate. Align. Go. High. Means I need this arm needs to go higher. If you're shooting high, your arm needs to go up, or your anchor needs to go up. My left-right aim is pretty good. It's that altitude that I'm having trouble with. And I literally just started doing this. I probably have 40 or 50 shots under my belt with it. So, oh, that was a good hit. Yeah, baby. That was a solid hit. Wow, we're doing good. 49 likes. Thank you, guys. Somebody left me some little rewards. I think those turn into money down the road. That's awesome. It is much appreciated. It allows me to keep doing this stuff. Tomorrow I'm packing, and Wednesday I leave for this. The logo here is Royal Rangers. It's a boys ministry I work with, and they're all boys campus Thursday through Sunday. And Slingshots is one of the activities. I want to get up there early because I want to set up the target range because we're doing slingshots. I got like 3 milk jugs, a mouthwash bottle, a bunch of water bottles. I got a whole boatload of cans, and I got some of my own spinners and smaller targets in case kids get it. Plus, I'm hoping some will stick around a little bit and let me teach them to actually shoot. I have 15 tree fork frames that someone gave me, all banded up, and if a kid learns and is really into it, I'm just going to send them home with the slingshot. Oop, I almost went to my old habit, which is what got me hurt. That's 2 in a row, boys. For those of you that don't usually watch this, my streams, or you're new, I have a microphone. That white piece of PVC in the ground has a microphone on it. That way you guys can hear it. Hey, thanks for that gold coin, Knife Nut. Appreciate it. Jose said hi. Hello, Jose. How's it going? Okay. Couldn't get 3 in a row. Oh, well. Good morning from Australia. Steve, how's it going? Australia. We've had a few people on the live streams from Australia. That's really cool. Let me zoom in a little so you can see the cans better. Shooting at the bottom can right there. Australia. We've had a few Australias. We had a couple from South America, South Africa before. I've had a lot of Germany, England, of course. I've even had Istanbul, and I had Russia and Iraq, I think, even. Yeah, UNC. I saw that. I don't know what a UNC alert is, but it was cool. Thanks, Thrillbilly. I think those turn into money eventually. The wind was blowing my bands. Did you see the bands doing like this? That's bad. Maybe the Uncle alert was an Uncle alert for Uncle Scarface. My buddy Sam that's on here all the time, who's not here today, he calls me Uncle Philip. And so Thrillbilly said you guys are gonna start calling me Scarface. So I said for him it was Uncle Scarface because of my injury. Howdy from Scotland and South Africa. Yeah, buddy. How awesome is that? In fact, from South Africa, I had a guy on a couple weeks ago, and this hat that I'm wearing is for a boys ministry I work with called Royal Rangers. It's kind of a mentoring program, but it uses outdoor activities and hunting and camping and stuff to help boys. And he was a national commander in South Africa for the same group. And my aunt and uncle used to be missionaries in West Africa. And back in the 70s, when my cousin was young, him and my uncle started the first group of this in the whole country of Africa. So it's very possible they're running off of what my uncle started, which is totally cool. Oh, come on, wind. Quit flapping the bands. There ain't that much wind. See them bands flapping? That's bad. That'll suck your energy and hit you and make things hurt. Hi from man. Oh, come on. I don't think you're in Antarctica. But if you are, it's cool. Antarctica. That would be. I don't think you'd be shooting slingshots there. The rubber bands wouldn't work very well. There we go. Antarctica. I guess there's people down in Antarctica. It's winter there, so it must be bitter cold there. Yeesh. Probably dreaming of warm days. The tip of Antarctica. Wow. How cool. You will probably be the only person revolution from that I'll ever get on a live stream from Antarctica. That is awesome. So do you get to see penguins down there? I think that'd be totally cool. I take it you're a scientist or something down there doing environmental work. Yeah, what's the temp? Tell us. 74 here. It's beautiful. Jamie said hi. Hello, Jamie. Oh, I thought that was on. Not much penguins, just depending on the location. Yeah, I guess they're not everywhere. It's just that's what we associate with Antarctica. I'm sure it's a beauty of a different kind than we're not used to. We think we know what it's like, but it's a beauty that is something we probably can't imagine. Oh, that was way off. PPE to protect your cheek. I thought it'd be kind of cool to invent some sort of a guard, kind of like those masks that you wear when sports players break their nose and they have that plastic mask. Just something that would wrap around there and shield your face. I'm assuming PPE is personal protection equipment. I don't think they make anything for your face that would work. It's going to suggest a bandage. I had a bandage on there till I came out here because I wanted to keep the wound care ointment on it, make it heal faster, but a neck gaiter. Not a terrible idea, except man, in the summer it's going to be stinking hot. It's nice right now. It's 74. But next week it's supposed to be in the upper 80s all week. I can't imagine wearing a neck gaiter up over my face. At least I'm wearing safety glasses. Got it. We're not hitting it like we were. Phantom of the Opera style. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, people wear gloves on their hand to protect from hits. There was a good hit. Leather like Batman. I am Batman. I can see it now. I log on and I got this leather covering, which is my eyes open. Two little D's up there. And I could change my channel name to Batman Slings or Bat Slings. I'll have to mod cyan when I get a chance. Put some string silencer on my recurve today. Woo! Sold another RC. Good for you, Thrillbilly. I understand what you're saying there. Oh, Yeet's here. Hey, man. You have to mod cyan. You saying I should make him a mod? Or do we need to kick him out? If we're going to kick him out, you're the guy. Cyan minus 26 in Antarctica. Whoo-wee. That's cold. But I live in Wisconsin, so we get temperatures there every now and then. It's my other channel. If I see you pop in here, I'll have to. Just say, hey, it's Yeet. Make me a mod. 10 millimeter steel on 1 millimeter bands with short active length. Yeah. What's your preferred shooting setup? Sounds like you're shooting big stuff. Maybe you hunt and stuff. We're not allowed to hunt here. I'm just a target shooter. I'm using 0.45 tritium latex. I have an 18-10 taper on it, and I'm shooting 300 millimeters, which is kind of long for a lot of butterfly people. I'm still building this shoulder up because I'm not a physical labor person for a job. I sit behind a desk, so I'm not real strong. So every now and then I'll shorten the bands a little bit. My goal is to get around 280, but that's what I shoot. And I shoot same width bands for my short draw. 10 millimeter steel with those thick bands, man, you can take a rabbit down real fast. I'm a rare find. You are. Oh. You'd have to change from top messages to live chat to see the channel comments. Hey, Revolution. I can't see because of the sun. You show up here a couple of times and be regular. I'll be happy to make you a mod. I just don't want to make somebody a mod on their first time in. Tend to not go bigger than rabbit, but could take a hair. I've seen people shooting rabbits. I think they maybe use 10 or 13 millimeter steel with some big old honking bands. I don't hunt, so I have taken a chipmunk. Does that count? At 0.1% rare fire. I'm just honored you're staying around and hanging out with us. We appreciate that, man. That's awesome. There, we got it again. Is a hair bigger? You know, if you take a rabbit, you can make Hassan pepper stew. I got a friend that raises rabbits for meat. Milwaukee's where you're shooting hubcaps. Cool. I'm in the Madison area. You still in Milwaukee? I'm in a little town called Stoughton, south of Madison. I need 50 followers to go live on my phone, please. Yes, put in the chat, Yeet, the @cyan the slings. Put that in the chat, and I will pin it for people. And you can feel free to plug that. while I'm on live tonight, I'm more than happy to help you out there, buddy. That way people can find it easier. And then Yeet, send me a message on Facebook so I don't forget. Then I'll subscribe too if I haven't already. A lot of times I forget some of the links that people put up out here. 30 more. Yeah, and then when you get to 100, you can get a custom name on your channel. I'm going to pin that for you, Yeet. Pin message. All right. Yeah, everybody go out. There it is. Oop, need some more ammo. Oh, by the way, did you guys like my new ammo strap? Isn't it cool? It's paracord. I just got it last week. I ordered it a while ago. Squatch made it. Squatch Creations. Leon, I believe, is his real name. They say he's the man with paracord in the slingshot world. Does really nice work. It's real comfortable. I didn't know it would be this comfortable, but it really is. Royal Rangers hat. Yes. Killer deer flies. I don't know if we do. Maybe out in the country. I know we get plenty of skeeters. Yes, Austin, this is a Royal Ranger hat. They're still alive and well. I'm a commander at my church. And our big boys camp is this weekend. I'll be there having kids shooting slingshots. Good evening, Barefoot. How's it going? How's your knee coming, buddy? You starting to get around better and get your physical therapy all rocking and rolling? Barefoot just had a knee replacement. I smell feet. That's cool, Austin. It is still alive. It's not as popular as it used to be, but our church is very big into it. We got 10 kids going up to the camp. Back in your day, they might have called them powwows. Now they're just called boys camp. There'll probably be 200 plus boys there from all over Wisconsin and northern Michigan. And probably about 80 or 90 commanders and leaders. Somebody with funky looking either Arabic or Chinese said hi. I have no idea who it is, but hey, welcome. Barefoot, you weren't here earlier. I had a really, I mean really nasty butterfly kiss the other day. And I've changed how I do the long draw now. Yeah, we're dating ourselves at powwow. I was in South Texas when I was a kid with the Rangers. How far am I shooting? I'm shooting from 10 meters. Thanks a lot, Austin, for piping in. I appreciate that. I'm shooting 10 meters because that's the competition distance when we go to tournaments. Guys, haven't heard already, there's that link on the bottom, Cyan the Slings. Go make sure you subscribe to that. He needs a few more so he can start doing live streams. "33 feet, 10 meters. All right, Thrillbilly, quit showing off with your math skills. You're making our brains hurt. Yes, Yeet is saying, whatever Yeet is saying, he's not just being a jerkwad about it. That's his other channel that he's trying to get running, and he needs the subscribers. He's a good dude. So, yes, please go subscribe. Glance, yes, slingshots are legal. You can't hunt with them where I live, but they are legal. They aren't in New Jersey, though. They will not ship a slingshot to New Jersey. Curious how you aim. Okay, let me put this down because this is a complicated setup. Let me get my basic set up and I'll show you. First, I need a drink of water. I'll start by saying, if you're curious how slingshots work, down in the description, I have a link to my Slingshot Basics course where I go over all of this stuff in way more detail, but I'm giving you the 90-second elevator speech here on how it works. First thing is you need to figure out where an anchor is, where you're going to set your pouch. And my videos talk about how to find it, where to start, how to adjust it, what to do. Not going in, I'm just telling you my anchor is at the very bottom of my cheekbone. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of ammo. And this is the mistake everybody makes, is when you hold the ammo, don't hold it like this in front of the ammo. You want to hold the ammo itself like that. Hope you can see that. If you hold it this way, when you let go, one finger tends to go faster than the other, and it creates a speed bump and flings the ammo up and makes it go over or hit your frame or do things you don't want it to do. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, as far as aiming goes, there's ways to hold the slingshot. There's 90 degrees, we call this gangster style. So the handle is parallel to the ground, or 90 degrees. The frame is perpendicular to the ground, like that. And you want this to be a perfect triangle. Okay, so when you pull back, all right, see my bands? You move them until they align to where you can only see one band. And then when you see only one band, you shoot down that band at the tip top of your slingshot, and that's your aiming point. This particular one has fiber optics on it, which help. But a lot of them don't, and you don't need them. So basically, two become one, they're married. That's where your aim is at. And you don't, if you're going to aim high or low, you don't want to do this because that messes the perfect triangle up. See, you rotate your whole body. You need to keep that triangle perfect. So in theory, I'm going to anchor, push out, line up on my can, hit perfect dead center. That's how you shoot and aim a slingshot. Again, go watch the Slingshot Basics course down in the description and you'll get a whole lot more details. Okay, let me get caught up on these. Fuse, how do you aim? Barefoot Slinger. Jim May said, hi. Been working in the 5-meter range, hitting quarters. How long do you think before I'm at 10? Well, 5 meters is a good place to start. If you're hitting quarters at 5 meters, you're doing really well. Put something a little bigger up. Put a 60 millimeter spinner out, or something a little bigger than a quarter, and back up to 10 meters. Once you're shooting at 5 and you're hitting quarters, you're pretty good. That's a good accomplishment. Just take a couple of steps back until you keep hitting them. And then take a couple steps back until you're at the 10. If you're hitting a quarter at 10 meters, dude, you already are doing really well, because quarters are really small. Daniel, hey, my pleasure. It's one thing I like doing on these lives, and that's one of the things I think is a niche of mine in this community, is I love to teach, and I love to explain things in ways you can understand it. Not that nobody else does, because all those other sling tubers out there, they taught me. That's how I learned, by watching their videos. And there's more than one way to do everything. And what I've done in my Slingshot Basics course is I've combined everything that worked for me and explained my way of doing it, and hopefully in a delivery style that will help you. Not that others aren't any good. It's just it's my way of doing it. It's just another piece of equipment in your toolbox that you can use to become a good shooter. So don't think what I'm doing is the written word. It's just the way I've gotten to where I'm at. Yeah, there's multiple ways of aiming. What I'm doing, what I showed you by doing this, Daniel, is the actual target way, where you figure your dominant eye out. And I usually shoot with one eye closed because instinctive shooting is hard. But I got a friend, man, he's a dead eye, and he just pulls back and wha-pow! Doesn't aim, he just has both eyes open and he shoots great. So it's all depending on your style. That's just what I've landed at. I got my new glasses today. That means you're going to start hitting, right? Jose said hi. Okay, so you pull after you know you're on target. You let go. So here, let me get my sling back. When you're first starting, when you get good, it'll be muscle memory. Yes, Neil, that's a Royal Ranger hat. But when you're first starting and you need to get your muscle memory and your basics solid, I would take and pull and I'd set my anchor. Make sure it's right. Then you look down and then you pull back and you get on target. You'll see me do this with my hand. That's aligning those bands. So I get those aligned, then I get my aim on my target, and then I release. When you let go, you need to go like that. Or if you hold it loose enough, it'll just, you barely flinch and it'll pop out of your hands. Yeah, Neil, it's a Ranger hat. We are still alive and cooking with Royal Rangers, going to a boys camp this weekend. We're shooting slingshots there. Hey, Daniel, I'm glad I could help you. There's also a link to my Facebook profile if you want to send me a friend request and ask me questions on Messenger. That's a great way to contact me. I do not mind. I like to help. And right now, I'm not so popular that I can't keep up. I'm not getting inundated yet. So I have room to help people. So feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you out. The targets don't move. It's easy. Yeah. When a target's moving, I am not real good. I've never been told to hold at 90. Yeah, most people shoot like this. And how do you aim? Where do you aim? It's hard to aim down the middle because your bands would have to be right in the middle, right? This is kind of the new technology, and some people figured some secrets out in the 90 degrees. It's a really good way to start. Daniel. It makes all the difference. Yeah, it does. When you understand, there's a lot of physics and there's a lot of geometry. Well, I won't say a lot. There's a little bit of geometry and a little bit of physics in shooting a slingshot. Not so much that you're going to have a sore brain, but enough to make you think a little bit. And once you put all those little pieces together, things line up and work. Hey, my pleasure, Neil. Hey, feel free to do some learning, get your slingshot. Obviously, reach out down in the description. I got links to help you learn. Yes, this is a G10 Axiom. I love it. It's a great slingshot, except I was shooting at short draw, and I kept having brain farts, and I got some frame hits there. So I wrapped it in silicone, double-sided adhesive tape. It's like rubber, so it's protected. Although in long draw, I don't get frame hits. It's a great slingshot. Let me zoom back in so you can see the cans down there again. You should be able to see them as I hit them. I am relearning my full butterfly style. I had a serious butterfly kiss the other day, as you can see, and I had it dialed in and I was doing really well, but it was living right on the edge of getting them all the time. And the way I'm doing it now, the odds are a lot lower, but now I have to relearn and get back on target. So please feel free to laugh when I miss all the time. But you're watching me learn. And Daniel, this will throw you for a loop with this long draw thing. when I get my slingshot out, instead of going this way, I'm turning it this way. And what that's doing is it makes me push the bands away from my face to line them up, which takes the danger of this out of the equation. But I have to learn all new aiming points now. I'm getting close, but I'm certainly not on them. There's a lot of us that are obsessed with slingshots. You just logged in your phone and it's 50? Yeet, we did it, buddy. That's awesome. Now he's got to get to 100 so he can have a custom vanity name on his channel. Just put a link up, hashtag Yeet needs 100. Glad we could help you out, buddy. You deserve it. Mr. Antarctica, Mr. Revolutions. Oh, hope you're enjoying it from minus 26 degrees. Are you down in the spot down there in Antarctica where they have the cruise ships come in? I've seen a couple of YouTube travel people that have gone on those Antarctic cruises. Oh, I thought you said you had 50. Ah, bummer. Well, at least you got one more. Sorry, I thought we'd had a breakthrough there. Trying to help you, buddy. Well, at least I've overcome the fear of a face slap. That it was a bloody mess, for sure. Obviously, I'm not that good at it yet. Have you tried the Axiom X? Have I tried the Axiom X? Funny you ask. That's my other long draw. In fact, let me take this shot and I'll pull it out and shoot it and see if I do any better. Forks are a little different width on there. Maybe it'll help me out. Oh, that was a good hit. All right, let me get the G10 off. Yeah, the Axiom X was my baby. It was my go-to for months. And then just some weird things started happening. I couldn't get on target. I would adjust the forks trying to dial stuff in, and it just got worse. And I just retired it. But then I brought it back out as a long draw slingshot, and it's been much better for me. All right, here it is just for you. Sorry, it's the sun. I think it's Al. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Here we go. So how is this one going to work? That worked pretty good. And I wear these little finger protectors because with the long draw, sometimes you get bands up. Track attack. Hey, buddy. He's the one that taught me and helped me the other day. My injury's getting better, buddy. All right. So track attack is the one that told me about this 45-degree shooting. So watch me if you can. Tell me how I've screwed myself up and doing it wrong, whatever. Track attack's got a funny new video that just came out today, by the way. He's a good shot. Obviously, I'm not accurate yet, but I'm getting there. I'm being slow and methodical so I can build up habits. If you guys want to see a good channel, go subscribe to Track Attack 911 too. He does some really cool stuff. He's real good friends with that dude in Germany, Slingshot Sniper. Does a lot of the same kind of stuff Slingshot Sniper does. Well, maybe decide to learn long draw. I just wanted to learn something new. Twist to the wrist a little bit more. You talking about the frame or the pouch? Long draw, you can get it the same amount of draw and get more speed, but most of it just looks cool. But actually, when I began learning it, the physical, it felt good. And I never thought I would go full long draw. But when I started getting better at it, it started feeling more natural. Some people say it's more natural. Instead of cramped up like this, you're just stretched out. But I'm not giving up short draw. I'm still in the process. It's part of the fun of the hobby is learning new things, right? Square from hand hits. Yeah, I know who Fowler is. I've watched a lot of his videos too. The frame twist the frame a little more. What's your band specs? My band specs are 0.45 Trium latex from Hawk Slings. This is the rose, pink, whatever. And I have an 18-10 taper. And I'm shooting a fairly long 300 millimeter right now. The goal is eventually get down to 280 as my arm gets stronger. Okay, Track Attack, we're trying this. Boom! Maybe he's onto something. Wasn't a great hit, but hey, I'll take it. Hey, 2 in a row. I'll be shooting like Track Attack soon. Sorry, I stick my face in the camera so much looking at the comments because, one, I'm zoomed in, and two, the sun's shining right at my face. Couldn't get 3 in a row. Too much of a wuss. Yeah, it takes a little courage. I scratched my face a lot. I drew blood one time, but it was just kind of like a scratch, like a cat. This literally tore a piece of skin, tore some layers of skin off, and bled for like 30, 40 minutes Saturday. How notable is speed dim? It's you can hear the difference and you can see the difference. There's a difference of about 50 feet per second. So it's definitely got more zip when you hit targets. They have a better smack to them. It's hard to tell. Okay, here, let me try this, okay? Who's asking that? Al. I think it's your Al. All right, I'm going to shoot a shot, and I got a microphone down there. Okay? There's a microphone about 6 feet away from the target, so you should be able to hear this. I'm going to shoot that pheasant in the middle with the short draw, 210 feet per second. Then I'll shoot it with the long draw. Okay, that's what it sounded like at 210 feet per second. Now let's try and hit it. This may take me a couple shots. Let's try and hit it at 260 feet per second. Oh, I'm way off. Oh, that was closer. Sorry, I'll get you a hit here in a second. just nicked the corner of it, but it wasn't a good hit. Okay, let's do this, because I'm having trouble right now because this is new to me. I'm going to shoot just at the curtain, the black curtain back there, so you can hear the smack at 260 feet per second. So you'll hear the smack this, and then I'll shoot it with my short draw, and you can hear the difference. Okay, that was long. That was short, long draw. Here's short draw. Hear the difference in sound? This one was a lot lower grade smack. All right, sorry, let me grab my reading glasses here. The sun is just at the spot where I can't see nothing. Oh, I can read now. I have a chronograph. That's how I know my speeds. You almost want to shorten your bands a little bit more. Yeah, I'm working on that track. I just need to get my strength up. My shoulder's hurting already. Clipped my finger once. Yeah, when I was first trying to learn PFS after Christmas, I hit my thumb because I didn't know what I was doing, and it hurt for 2 months. Your aim, man, hold it at 90. Yeah, camera, gamer. I know what you're saying, but I'm trying a different style of shooting now. Track Attack 911 is the one that taught me about this. Trying to shoot 45, it's a little bit different. There are people that shoot it. One thing to get the bands lined up, it pulls the thing away from my face. It's a matter of relearning. I did a really bad cut there the other day at 90 degrees, and I was getting pretty accurate at it. So I'm trying something new just for my own safety. But I do know what you're saying. When I do short draw, it's definitely 90. I've yet to draw past my ear. I know the sphere. Yes, I fly RC as well. Revolutions, hey, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Enjoy it down there. Don't get too frozen down there. Enjoy. Thanks for popping in, and feel free to come in anytime. Check the channel out and send me a note. I'm deep. That's my RC planes were my first hobby. The slingshots have kind of taken it over. I can't aim with these glasses on. But yeah, if you go down in my channel and look at some of my older videos, just past all the slingshot content, you'll see some RC content. I got a couple of RC videos I've made this year. They haven't done very well, though, as far as viewership. What's the... What do you mean for non-lethal pigeons? If you're not trying to kill them, just to scare them away, I'd recommend some really light bands. You can get like 0.3. You get some of those fitness bands, you know, that you put on the floor and you do like this. Get some of those bands. They're like 0.3, the heavy ones. Shoot BBs. I know there's a lot of people shoot BBs. Looks like Lane said hi. Sorry, you can see the sun's in my eye. And oh God, this is driving me crazy. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to acknowledge everybody because that's the right thing to do. Lane said hi. Be careful. You think you can kill someone slingshot with bands like that? No, but I could put a bruise on them. You're not even going to kill a raccoon. I've taken a chipmunk. People shoot squirrels and rabbits all the time. Let me show you, gamer. The reason, just snap the band, moves all the birds. The reason I'm doing it this way is because Saturday I had this really bad kiss right there from the bands, and it bled really bad and it hurt really bad. Saturday, when I was shooting 90 degrees all the way back, and I would tap it on my face to get my alignment, and when I did, it slipped out of my hand, and it's literally that far from your face. So what I'm doing with the 45, when I pull it back and go 45, now I have to move it out a little bit to get my bands lined up for the aim, which moves it. See how much farther from my face away it is now? It's a lot less dangerous to my beautiful face. You know, I have to protect this beautiful mug. So that's the explanation. I said I was trying something new, but I wanted to explain why I was doing it. There's no, if I go back to doing it that way, the one thing I wasn't doing is when I was pulled back, when I was 90 degrees, close to my face, I was just shooting straight. You can see the ammo is straight in my hand. What I needed to do, and if I go back to that, I will be doing it, is putting a little tweak on it like that, where the top band gets a little more tension, and that will propel it over and away from me. So I explained my thinking. Better pull these off so I can see. See how far away they are from my face now? Problem is I have no reference, so I'm having to learn what it all looks like in my sight lines in the muscle memory. As you can tell, I'm not that good at it yet. We'll go back to the short draw a little bit, finish off that poor can. Hope you master it soon. It definitely makes sense. Happy Father's Day. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Got both of my wrist rockets going with fresh bands. Comment on that video about my wrist rocket improvements and let me know how it's going. Send me pictures on Facebook. I love that stuff. It's awesome that I got that stuff going. Man, I was doing good earlier. Now I'm not hitting diddly squat. Diddly squat is an official word, by the way. Oh, there was a good hit. You could hear that one. Maybe jig up a laser, more visual. That's a cool idea, and you can actually buy slingshots on Amazon that have lasers on them for aiming. And every review I've ever read on them is the first thing they say is throw that crappy laser away, because when you're shooting outside, the laser just disappears. It's always a weak one. You'd have to have a really good one. But ooh, that was close. Does your rocket take flat bands or tubes? Wrist rockets come with tubes, and you can buy new tubes that are made for slingshots that are way better than those ones you buy in the store. But on my video down on my YouTube channel, I show you how to take these flat bands and wrap them. You leave part of the tube on for the rubber to grip to, and then you just lay the band over it, and you take the special tape and you just wrap it around it and tie it on. You wrap it around, tie it, then you flip it over, and then wrap it some more so it's nice and snug, and it shoots fine. I almost brought mine out tonight. Should have. Oh, we got it again. Simpleshot hammer. Yes, that's a wrist rocket. That's a newer version. I've got one, but I use it to shoot arrows in archery. Yes, that's a thing. Oh, 2 in a row. Woohoo! Oh, snap. Yeah, it does kind of sound like a snap, don't it? Can we get 3 in a row? Oh, yeah. Let's get 4 in a row. Can we do it? Not there, but I'm getting much closer to. Just going to take me some practice. I want to make a sling bow. Where do you order your bands, or do you make my own? I make my own. If you go down in the link, down in the description, I have a link to Simpleshot. They make pre-made bands. And Appalachian Slings also has pre-made bands. They're not terribly expensive, but it doesn't cost anything to make. Once you invest in the money, after about 2 rolls of latex, you've paid for all the stuff it costs to make them. I make my own. This is 0.45 latex that I buy in a roll. It's like 6 feet long, and I probably get between 30 and 50 bands out of it, and the pouches are like $15 for 50 of them, and I reuse them. Oh, I couldn't get 5 in a row. So yeah, it's not super expensive. You need a cutting mat, you need a roller cutter. They have a special ruler that helps you cut the right tapers, wide to thin on the bands. None of it's super expensive. Could probably be up and running for about $100. I think the Simpleshot even has a tube making package. So I think it's $79.99 that has the ruler, a jig for holding the pouch, a roll of 0.5 millimeter, and some band tying string. Simpleshot's a good source. I saw today that Appalachian Sling Company sells pre-made bands. I think it's a 10-pack for $30, which is pretty good. $3 a pack. And I believe they come in a plastic organizer for them, which is cool. I don't know if Omega makes them custom. I think they might. Oh, that was a hard hit. I knocked it right off the thing. Let me go fix that, and I'll be back, and then I'll check the comments here. Give me a second. I hate tying bands on the forks. Yeah, I've got a couple that you have to wrap and tuck. I prefer the clips myself, but I'm not opposed to it. Good band sets, especially on eBay. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, the ones you get on eBay are probably some of the same cheap, crappy ones you get from Amazon. I bought some from Amazon. They were like 0.8, and they were kind of mushy. They're not quite the same quality latex as these are. So learning to do it yourself is really a good idea. You might have that thing cut in half here soon. If you buy them from reputable places, like if you buy them from Appalachian Sling, I know you can specify how long you want them and the width of the band and even the band material. Simpleshots are all their brand of latex, which is very good latex, by the way. And they just come in a pack, and then you trim them to length. Have you tried the pitted pouches? That's what these are. The ammo sits down in there. You put the ammo in, and you know it's centered. It's really the only ones I like. I've shot the other ones, and they're fine. But with this, you know that when you pull it back, your ammo is centered. I like those little nerdy things that help you guarantee success. Oh, I was flinched on that one. That was a bad shot. I have a couple good hits and I can't hit anything. That's the fun of learning something new, boys. We're so close on this thing. I really want to bust it with this slingshot on the long draw. Give me some confidence back. I know I can pop it pretty quick with the short draw. So many things to be mindful of, yeah. And the thing is, there's all these fundamentals in muscle memory. And the minute you let your guard down is the minute something goes wrong. It's like when I'm doing short draw and I start hitting my frame, I know I'm either screwing up the pouch hold or my arm is not up high enough. It's almost always the issue. Come on, Philip. I appreciate you guys being patient with me on this. This is like first day I'm doing this. Whole new technique. That's part of the... Oh. Guess I can't shoot that one anymore. 0.45, those bands are quick. Yeah. And the key to it is because I'm doing long draw. Excuse me while I put my glasses away. Because I'm doing long draw on this really light latex, the pull on it is very, very minimal. But short draw, you got this much room. Whereas with long draw, you got this much room for the elastic to retract. So you're going to grab some more speed through there. I'm doing 0.45 because that's what Tritium, Hawk Slings, Weston Crockett's his name. That's the only thickness he has, and it works great. But 0.4 is totally okay, especially for butterfly too. A lot of people shoot 0.4 on butterfly. Plus 50 feet per second. Yeah, that's what it gave me. It's always fun and interesting and seeing others enjoy shooting. It's fun when you see all types of styles, different bands, always something to learn. Yes, that's why somebody asked, what made you want to start this journey to long draw? One, I wanted to give a pickle fork a try, and they say long draw is made for pickle forks. Didn't really like the pickle fork, PFS, but I stuck with the long draw and just been learning. Plus, when it's time to show off to somebody and you pull it out and whole pack with a long draw, it's pretty impressive. Looks cool too. There are guys out there that hardly ever miss. The cool thing about this hobby, somebody said it was a forever hobby, is it's inexpensive. For $100, you can get everything you need, including targets to shoot. It's quiet. Well, except maybe when you hit a can. It's relaxing. You can shoot in your backyard. You don't have to chase arrows down every 20 shots. I can shoot 400 or 500 rounds and I go get a magnet and pick all my ammo up. Shoot it again. There we go. That knocked a piece of aluminum off of it. Pickles are my favorite food. After forks. I love pickles too, man. Ow. Dude, when I go out to eat with somebody and they order a burger or something, and they give them that nice little pickle spear, the garlic spear, and it sits on their plate, and they let the kitchen take it back and throw it away, I want to hit them. I want to hit them. I get so mad. Pickles, buddy. Clausen pickles from the cooler refreezer case are the best. I'm glad somebody sees it my way. In fact, have you ever gotten the little, usually in the pickle aisle in some stores, I know they have it at Walmart, my grocery store doesn't. They have little, like Jello-sized containers of mini dill pickles, the little babies that are really good. And they don't have to be refrigerated or anything, and they're a great snack whenever we go on vacation. Our vacation is the big air show in Oshkosh coming up in a couple weeks, and we're going to it. We always get a bunch of those, and we're sitting watching the air show after a long, hot day. I sit down and eat those pickles and drink the pickle juice. Baby. How did that not? Oh, look at that. It's barely hanging. I've been away 15. That's okay, Thrill Billy. That's okay. Glad you made it back. We didn't do anything bad. I talked about how to do stuff a couple of times. That poor can right there, it's about to go, and I did it with this new long draw. I'm very inconsistent, but when I get a hit, it's usually a good one. My buddy Track Attack, to show me how to do this, said it was more instinctual than what I was doing before. And it's kind of, I'm trying to mix the accuracy aim of being instinctual at the same time, just kind of getting it in the zone and letting it go. So I'm trying to mix the two, because I'm so much of a detail person that I can't just pull it and let it go. And it's so close to dropping. It just needs one more hit. Pickles are important. They're great for your electrolytes. When I used to ride bikes, I used to do on long charity bike rides, and they always had bags of pickles at every station. Finally, they started getting 5-gallon pails of pickles, and I got them at every rest stop. In fact, a lot of serious bike riders, they drink pickle juice every now and then to help their electrolyte levels. Ooh, I hit the top barely. Oh, come on, you stupid can. I think I need to perfect my form for pig shooting. I'm not there yet. I still get fork hits. Are you doing the tweak on your draw? If you're not, you need to get that tweak on there. That's what sends it over the top. There it went. We knocked the can right into the curtain. Pickle chips, yeah, those are good too. All right, let's see. Okay, who is that? Gamer on the pickle fork. Let me show you something. I have another slingshot here you haven't seen. The piston gapper from Hickson OK. It's kind of a pickle fork, but it's got a bigger gap, but it's the small frame like a pickle fork. Let me show you something. Okay, first, the bands, one side has a twist in it, so that when you grab the pouch and you twist it once, the bands will line up. See how they line up? And I use the trifold tie. I don't know if you can see that. I tie them on with a trifold. Now, when I aim with this one, and I'm not near as good with this one, what I do when I pull back, I get in my hand, and instead of holding it the normal way, I hold it this way, kind of like my regular ammo. And when I pull back, I go like this. And see how it puts the tweak in it? I don't want to shoot my screen. Just by going this way, my arm is coming back and putting a tweak to send it over the top. Let me see if I can hit something. Hit the top can with it. Nope. Of course, I'm trying this new 45 with this thing and have no reference on how it works. But yeah, when I pull back with this one, I shoot it a little different. I grip it and pull this way. You see how it puts a twist on the pouch? So it propels it over the frame. I suck at this. Until I get that other down, I'm not going to try messing with this. But I wanted to show you that if you're not doing that, in fact, I have a video on how I learned long draw, and I actually talk about that a lot in the video. And so maybe check that out. I'll probably have a better example of it. All I heard was pickles. Yeah, we kind of got off topic a little there, Thrillbilly. That's okay. Pickles are good. I like strawberry flavor. Strawberry pickles? I'm not a strawberry person. But... Arliana, hello. I don't hate cucumbers, but I don't look to eat them. I do like me some pickles. Rose said hi. I accidentally drank a stink bug. Oh, that would suck. Poor garage wall. I don't hit the garage wall that often. That black curtain there stops all my ammo. There's a couple of that I got wayward and the wind caught it and stuff like that, but there's not that many hits on the garage, and it's an old garage in bad shape anyway. Got in a glass of Draco spider. That'd be gross. I'm shooting long draw, but I've still never seen someone hold a pouch like that. Interesting. Isn't that called speed bumping? Yes, when you're shooting PFS, you pretty much have to do it. Well, you still hold the ball directly. Speed bumping is this. You still hold the ball directly, but what you're doing is you're pulling it this way and creating your own speed bump. So yeah, it's speed bumping. But with a PFS, if you don't do that, it's either that or with a PFS, when you let go, even on short draw, you have to do your hand to propel it over the top. And the reason people like PFS for long draw is because you got more time for it to move and get out of the way. All right, let's shoot some regular targets, short draw here. I'm gonna have to relearn it, I guess. Well, you start by holding the ball directly, but it turns into a speed bump. That turns into a pouch grip. That's the thing we tell you, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Shoot a pickle fork, do that. It's just kind of, it's the fun of this hobby. There's so many variables to it. Here we go. I speed bump on her purpose, but only halfway. All right, let's blow that other can up with the short draw. See if we can do it a little quicker. How long have we been on? Hour and 40. Yeah, it's starting to wind down. My leg's starting to feel it. Thrillbilly, I'm glad you made it back, man. Glad you're on today. No, I can't even hit the can with this thing. Maybe I'm just worn out. There it goes. I was doing so good on long draw the other day before I hurt myself. I think I cut a can in 20 shots, and 15 of them were hits. Tonight, God knows how many shots it took me. Switching back from long to short takes me a few minutes to get sighted back in. Well, that was a good hit. I think that ball stayed in the can that time. So many variables is right. Yep, there's more than one way to skin. I should say more than one way to skin a cat. I might make a cat person upset. Whoops. Knocked the can off. We're just going to leave it. My second knuckle and slightly forward the ammo. As long as I do, it doesn't affect my shot. That's what's comfortable and it works, man. I'm going to shoot what's left of that can on the bottom. I just don't feel like walking down there and putting it back because we're getting close to time to wind this baby up. If you want another variable to throw your brain in a loop, some people shoot high style. I can't. High style is where instead of holding the ammo this way, like I do, they actually grip the ammo through the pouch like this. You have to have a smaller pouch. So you're actually holding the ammo, so there is no speed bump. But I have nerve damage in this finger, so I don't feel the ammo as well. So there's no way I can do high style. Yeah, we hit the can. All right, let's hit some spin. Let's hit the yellow chicken. I love that chicken. Haven't hit him but a couple of times tonight. I thought I had him that time. I moved it the last second. Dork. Dork, 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 dork. There we go. We got him. On the other, since we're talking about speed bumps. What's your short draw band thickness? I'm also using 0.45 on this, just because I don't need speed. A lot of people shoot 0.5. There's not a huge difference in 0.45 or 0.5, but it's the same stuff, just a different color. Speed-wise, they're very close to the same. This purple from the same company holds its pull a little bit better. When I did a speed test against the two of them, if I held it like I was aiming for a 5 count, the pink would drop, but the purple would hold its speed. It wouldn't drop as much. So the purple's a little stiffer that way, but speed-wise, they got about the same. I was shooting both of them short draw. But if you need speed, you're going to want to mess with bigger bands. I don't. I'm just shooting 10 meters away. If I go back and shoot 25, I aim a little high and shoot. I don't need a lot of speed. 5 of my fingers calloused from the pouch. Mine might be. It's kind of hard. Yeah, it might be. Simpleshot Axiom. Actually, this is the Scout LT2. The Axiom is the one I was using long draw on when the band broke. No, wait. That was my Axiom X. My regular Axiom G10 I also shoot long draw. But this is this is the first slingshot that got me on target when I started out. Your wife uses the tritium purple. That's some good stuff. Thanks for piping in, Black Wild. I think that's your name. I can't see very well. It's sun in my eyes. Yeah, let's shoot a... let's shoot a 50 millimeter spinner. Oop, a little low. Actually, I'm going to shoot that bell. It's painted yellow down there. It's kind of in the middle. All the targets out there on the range, except for my one leather spinner, obviously the cans, all of my targets are from Simpleshot. If you can tell, I'm a fan. There we go. Got the bell. Bing! GZK green. GZK is a brand I should try sometime. Plus it's green. I like green. GZK is one of those name brands that's not crap. Y-Shot X makes some good bands too. Although I've heard Y-Shot X makes a two-colored band that's a different color on each side. And I've heard those just don't have the zip to them. They're kind of spongy. Never shot them, so I can't say. I've just heard somebody tell me that. But I know Y-Shot X makes a lot of different bands and a lot of colors and widths. And come on, Philip, hit that 50, doofus boy. Probably because I'm getting tired. There we go. We hammered it. LT2 from, I don't know, do they make the LT2 and G10? I know they make it in aluminum. I think they've either got the G10 or carbon fiber coming out soon. They showed pictures of it. Y-Shot pouches are awesome. The pouches are the one thing I've been getting from Amazon. Pit pouches. They're $15 for 50 of them. And I got another order in today because I made some pouches for people, and I made some bands for a few people, and I almost ran out of pouches. Boom, I hit that pheasant. Plus, eventually they do wear out. I can't remember. They've made a couple specialty ones. I just can't remember all of them. I miss the scatter pouches. Yeah, I've seen those where you load a bunch of BBs in it. That'd be kind of cool, like a shotgun. All right, folks, we've been on almost an hour and 50 minutes. I think it's time for me to call it a night. I got to go pick up all my ammo. Got to go in and sit down a few minutes and rest my leg because my leg is starting to bother me. And rest a little bit because I have to go into the office tomorrow. And then when I get off of work, I get the pack for my trip. And then I will be gone until next Sunday evening. We're doing the Royal Ranger Boys Camp. And I will be working at that. And I will not be able to do a live or anything. I do have a video coming out on Friday, though, so watch for that. But I will not be able to do any lives or anything until next week sometime, maybe Monday. So, again, you guys, if you're new, check out Simpleshot in the description below if you need to get a slingshot. Use that link. It helps me out. I get a commission about this big. I get a few dollars, and all the money I make there, I go and buy more stuff from Simpleshot because I like their stuff. And if you're learning, check out the Slingshot Basics course down in the description. That'll get you shooting cans within a week. If you go by that and practice a bunch, you'll be good in no time and at least having a good time. And I've got a link to my Facebook on there as well. Feel free to reach out to me, send me a friend request. Tell me, hey, I watched your live stream. I got questions. I would be more than happy. I like to teach. I think it's a gifting that I have. It's one of those things God gave me. I like to teach, help, and encourage people. So feel free to reach out, and I will be glad to help you any way I can. And Al Stone, thank you for your interaction tonight. It's been awesome, and I appreciate it so much. Do I do any hunting? Andy Outdoor said, no, I don't. Hunting with a slingshot in the state that I live in, here in Wisconsin, is not legal. So we can't hunt with them. But here's a weird thing about the law. In Madison, which is our capital, and they're a little wacky up there. They're only 20 minutes away from me. In Madison, it is illegal to possess a wrist rocket. It's illegal to possess a wrist rocket. But you know what? You can go to Walmart and buy one. Yeah. What's my RC channel? It's the same one that this is, Philip's Hobbies. That's why I named it Philip's Hobbies. I can have everything on there. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a maiden flight, Al, of a plane I built over the winter. I took a Spitfire, 2 Spitfire kits. I mashed them up, put 2 bodies on the wing. So I got a twin Spitfire. Nobody's ever built one. And if you go back to the beginning of my slingshots, the very last video I did last year, was called Am I on Drugs? And that thing's got like 2,000 views. And I actually took, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going RC on you here, but Al asked because he's into RC. If you're an RC pilot, you know what an Aero Scout is. That's the most fun, stupid, cheap plane you can buy. I love it. I've had a few destroyed, and I took the pieces of one that was destroyed and I made an upside down arrow scout. I put the landing gear on the wing so I can land upside down, and I cut off part of the rudder, put a tail wheel on it so I can make it a tail dragger, and then I program my radio so it'll fly upside down like it's right side up, and then I do a roll and I flip a switch and it flies right side up like it's right side up, and I do a roll and flip a switch and it flies upside down like it's right side up. So you don't have to think about all the problems. It's crazy. It's really a fun video. And I put a high performance pack on. It sounds like a baby on crack. It's so loud and nasty sounding. Anyway, just scroll down in there and check them out. Feel free to send me some comments. And like I said, Al, if you're on Facebook, shoot me a friend request and we'll message, and I'd be happy to talk to you about RC or slingshots. Anyway, got to go, folks. It's been fun. It's been a good evening. It was nice to see some people back on asking questions. This is what I live for. So I will catch you next time. Until then, God bless. You have a great week, and I will see you sometime next week. Hope to see you all back. Thanks. Have a good one. Keep slinging.